So we're back again with another math video. We have been previously learning about perimeter, so today we're going to do another lesson on perimeter. So if you can see up here, we are going to learn about shapes, or specifically rectangles that have the same perimeter and a different area. So I'm going to make myself smaller just like last time and put myself in the corner so you can still see me while I am explaining, but that you can focus your attention here on the page. And let's get started. All right, so let me read the solve and share problem to you. It says, draw two different rectangles with a perimeter of 10 units. Find the area of each rectangle and then compare the area. So here, instead of drawing two shapes, I have two shapes already on the grid paper for you. So we are going to take a look at their perimeter and their area. So the first thing that we need to do is look at the information that we are given. So on both of these shapes, we see that they have given us the dimensions of each of the sides. Because these are rectangles, we already know that we can find, not even that we can find, that they have already given us the dimensions for the other two sides that are not labeled on each of these shapes. Okay, so let's scroll up. The first thing that our questions asked is that we have two rectangles with a perimeter of 2 units. So we need to just double check to make sure that these rectangles do in fact have a perimeter of 10 units. So to do that, just like we learned last week, I am going to add up all of the sides and find my perimeter. So since I know how to find perimeter is adding up all the sides, that's what I did here for you. So because I know it's a rectangle, I know the top and bottom sides are the same amount, so I would have 4 plus 4. And I know that the two sides are the same amount, so I have 1 plus 1. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, plus another 1 is 10. So we have successfully completed the first instruction of the problem, having a shape that has a perimeter of 10 units. So the second thing the question asked us to do is to also find the area of each rectangle. So remembering that perimeter is measuring the outside or the perimeter of the shape, and the area is measuring the inside of the shape. So I know from learning about area that what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply one side by the other side, or length times width, to find out what the area of this rectangle is. And so I just forgot to add units, my label, onto perimeter, so I made sure to go back and do that. And then I did the area for you. So for this example, like I said, I'm going to multiply the two sides. So I multiplied 4 times 1, and that equals 4 square units. So since I have two triangles here, the last part of the question wants me to compare the areas of the two different rectangles. So I know that I have to first determine that the perimeter is in fact 10 units, so I'm going to do that now. We know that we find perimeter by adding up all of the sides. So again, because this is a rectangle, I know that my two sides match and my other two sides match. So I'm going to go ahead and add them all together and find my perimeter. Also making sure that this time I remember my label, which in this case is units. So for my second shape, I went ahead and added it up together. So because these are the same, I have 3 plus 3. And because the other two are the same, I have 2 plus 2. So 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus another 2 is 10. So I have a perimeter of this rectangle is 10 units. Because the problem asked me to compare areas of the rectangles, my second step is now to find the area of this rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. Okay, so I went ahead and did the area for you, remembering that to find area, we multiply one side by the other, or length times width. So I went ahead and did 3 times 2, and that equals 6 square units. So the last part of this problem, it wants us to compare the area of each of the shapes. So as you can see, both of these shapes have the same perimeter, but they have different area. So our first shape has an area of 4 square units, and our second shape has an area of 6 square units. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and circle. Oh, I need my tool. Is this gonna work? There we go. Circle this one and circle the shape, because I know that 6 is greater than 4. So the second shape has a greater area. So hopefully that was easy to follow. I actually filmed this video a bunch of times because I wanted to make sure that it was the best for you and the easiest to follow. So if it wasn't, please come on to my math office hours and I'll be now I can't even talk. And I will be happy to help you over the computer as best as I can. So I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.